in the AFC Championship game. Off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25.
And they'll run it. This is James Robinson.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson.
And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
Yeah, this will be a Jaguars first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line.
Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
And now they'll throw it with Lawrence.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Max Crosby. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18.
Another try after the first down sack. Lawrence, he's going to air one out. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And we knew that this offense was going to try and put pressure on the secondary. That was something they talked about with us. They knew that they had an advantage, pressed it, and there you go. Big play for a touchdown on their very first possession.
And that one spanning an even 65 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Jaguars 7, Raiders 0. Logan Cook to kick off for the Jaguars.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. A big play there for the Raiders.
I don't think anyone would argue that having that extra week definitely helps come playoff time. And those were some fresh legs right there. That extra practice time and planning, certainly in evidence.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
I don't mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point by Carlson, up and good.
And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Here's Robinson again on 2nd down. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1.
Here's Lawrence to throw. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark.
And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this is caught by Cooper for a Raider touchdown. Amari Cooper there to make the grab. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Robinson now off the option, and he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
They'll run on first down. It's Robinson. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory.
56 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Robinson now off the option.
And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
But there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
They'll run for it with Robinson. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
Okay, you and I are sitting up here getting ready to analyze whether they should go for it or not. Did you see the quarterback just point to the sideline and say, everybody back, I've got this call?
Well, you knew this side of the field, they're in plus territory, 4th and 1. He wasn't coming off the field.
No, he wasn't coming off the field, and he wasn't letting the offense go with him at all. He said, we're staying out here, and we're picking this one up. That's some leadership right there.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
On 2nd down now, it's Robinson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Robinson. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Three yards remain for second down. Now Lawrence.
Eluding the pressure right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied here in the second quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll look to throw here. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. It's caught inside the 25. A big play there for the Raiders.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure is good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Now he's forced out right.
That's complete to Tony.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A big play there for the Raiders.
Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They run zooming passes, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 26.
Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now, last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
On second and very short, Lawrence. Flushed out right. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run here with Robinson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Here's Robinson again on 2nd down. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. Escaping the pressure right. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
On 2nd down, it's Robinson. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This one from 48 yards away. And this one is right down Broadway. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup, as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Final adjustments are underway in the locker rooms. Which of these two teams will survive and advance to next weekend's AFC Championship game? To find out, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. Now Ross to return.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one.
He's got a man complete. And all the way down inside the 25 before he's out of bounds. It's a big play there for Vegas. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw.
return this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
Devon Hamilton breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down. They'll set up a throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game.
17.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
111 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
At the 31-yard line.
Second and 4. Lawrence. Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
Now Lawrence. Sets up the screen to Robinson. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
On first down, Robinson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Robinson now off the option, powering his way forward. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 46. Robinson now off the option. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
On second down now. It's Robinson. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run it now with Robinson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
First down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 16-yard line.
From the 16, Lawrence. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. James Robinson there to make the grab. And the Jaguars have retaken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that gives them a 3-point lead.
Jaguars 24, Raiders 21. Logan Cook to kick off for the Jaguars.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They had seized the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the 3rd quarter, but a moment ago the touchdown that puts them back behind.
So their defense is under siege a little bit right now because they have not able to solve their opponents. So they've got to keep hammering away on offense and try and win this one in what appears to be a shootout.
At the 43-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
He'll get this one underneath to Hunt.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. He'll look to throw. And the grab by Croft. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
That coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
They'll look to throw again. Dancing to his left.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the 1st down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's good for a Las Vegas.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Again, it's Hunt, but he will lose yardage here. Back to the 4-yard line.
Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Josh Allen drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. The kick by Carlson is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And as a fan of the NFL, not much more you could hope for in this divisional round matchup. Tie game, 4th quarter. A lot of these fans with their hearts in their throats waiting to see what happens here.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
163 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
1st down, Jaguars.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the run, it's Robinson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
On 2nd down, it's Robinson, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. Robinson. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards on the carry, but it's going to lead to a 4th down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
Now Lawrence to throw.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Mullen.
And the Raiders are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. 2nd and 5. And that's complete to Croft. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Back to throw now on 1st down. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
At this stage, you've got to hustle. You've got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. What pressure as this thing all rests on the foot of Daniel Carlson. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. What pressure as this thing all rests on the foot of Daniel Carlson. This to book a trip to the AFC title game. And this one is right through.